When I look at your website, it actually looks really, really nice. A lot of websites that I look at through this process don't look so nice, but yours looks very, very nice. Very simple. Shop now, call to action. Very engaging, interactive. So it's a really, really nice website. Not a lot of information, just strict, right to the point. Things are organized properly. If I want to get natural hand soaps, natural body butters, everything's there for me in a nice organized detail. A lot of rollover effects, interacting. I'm engaged. I want to view all products because that's how excited it got me. But that's what you want in a homepage. So this is a really good example. And if you don't mind, I'd like to use this as an example for other websites that I talk to in regards to how their homepage needs to be set up. Very simple, to the point, clean cut, and good technology like sticker navigation to kind of keep the navigation with me if I wanted to scroll down. So those are all good things, interacting. So no problems there. Okay. But what we do want to look at is if there's any problems in the SEO. And so we have some problems going on here. There's heading tags. Welcome to our store, featured products. Okay, I'm not really too concerned about the amount. Now, search engines want to see you utilize more heading tags, but the way that your website's laid out, I'm not too sure you really need to do that. But there are some things that you can do to use those heading tags more to your advantage. Now, I'm not too sure if this is a heading tag up here. If it's not even being recognized, I don't think. But in these heading tags here that you are using, the welcome to our store and the featured products, you could probably start using some keywords inside of them. So what you want to do is focus on about 7 to 10 keywords, probably 5 to 7 keywords really. And you have natural homemade soaps. So welcome to our store, or how about welcome to Emma's Naturals? Okay, because that could be a keyword as well because it's your company name. So instead of welcome to our store, use welcome to Emma's Naturals. What that's going to do is it's going to give the search engines a trigger that Emma's Naturals is a possible search query. Okay, with your company name. So it's going to give you brand recognition, so to speak, and online reputation. But if you wanted to be more specific to a search engine, welcome to our store. Let's see what you offer. Okay, natural handmade soaps, body butters, and much more. Okay, so you got this. This is a good keyword. Welcome to our store. I think that unless you can make it a little bit longer, I would say welcome to Emma's Naturals, because you can't really, unless you want to put a secondary keyword in here, which probably be a H tag 3 or 4, and then you could add this again, natural handmade soaps. Okay, you can add that in there as well underneath it with another heading tag. And that will actually make the search engines a little bit more happy because you're using another heading tag underneath welcome to Emma's Naturals. Okay, you don't have to put the LLC down here. You can just say welcome to Emma's Naturals. That'll help with search engines as well. But definitely underneath it, I would put a secondary heading tag, a little smaller characters, and put natural handmade soaps, body butters, and much more. The reason why is because search engines look into these heading tags and they depend on them to find keywords. And so right now, if they looked at this heading tag, welcome to our store, has nothing to do with what you do, or has anything to do with your company name. And featured products, that's another thing. Featured organic handcrafted products. No, that wouldn't work. Again, I'm sticking with this natural handmade soaps, body butters, and much more. Okay, you can probably put that. Feel free to view our products of natural handmade soaps, body butters, and much more. So I would actually reoccur that down there, because if you reoccur keywords, that actually helps you. You don't want to reoccur them too much, but you don't have really a lot of text here to work with. So you want to utilize that to your best, to your advantage. So you want to have maybe another secondary one underneath there. That way these two actually match. This one having a secondary heading tag, and this one with a secondary heading tag, both pretty much saying the same keywords. That's going to help you get a little bit more targeted. Now, if we go down here, we have languages. So you might want to look at the code. You are using a GoDaddy website, so because you're doing that, they might have certain criteria for their code. So you might want to talk to them about that and see and let them know that the language is not being brought up in the search queries, and figure out what they can do to fix that, because that should be an easy fix actually. And then Google Analytics. You want to be able to connect with Google Analytics. So basically what you want to do is set yourself up with a Gmail account. And once you get yourself a Gmail account, you log into Gmail, and then you want to go to Google Analytics. Okay. And you just connect with Google Analytics from there. Connect your website to it. You get what's called a UA code. And then every time you go to Google Analytics, you'll be able to go in and view the traffic. Okay. Now, microformats, I'm not really too concerned about microformats. Microformats will actually give your website a boost, but it won't actually hurt you if you don't have it. So I'm not really too concerned about that. But those other areas are. But the good thing is that you don't really have a lot of bad red flags. It's only a few areas that you can focus on to actually really help out. So in my opinion, the next thing that you probably should be doing is creating a integrated marketing plan. And what I say by integrated marketing plan, what I mean is that you need to be able to have all of the heavy hitters in terms of marketing. Social media, you want to have blogs, you want to have press releases, you want to have videos on YouTube. You want to have all those things working together to create backlinks and link wheels. And you want to be able to point to each other. You want to be able to be specific in your keywords. If your keywords are going to be natural hand soaps and body butters, then you want to be able to use those throughout the keyword themes of all the blogs and the press releases and the titles of your videos and everything, so that you keep everything uniform with those keywords. And you want to make sure that all those keywords are associated with your website on all those different platforms. So if you want like if you do blogs, you want Emma's Naturals LLC to talk about anything in regards to natural hand soaps, and you want to make sure that you mention body butters and all that kind of stuff. So every single content that you create that's associated with this website, you want to be able to reoccur those keywords so that search engines will see Emma's Naturals is associated with natural hand soaps and associated with body butters. So you want to make sure that that's what you're doing in an integrated marketing approach. Now, what does an integrated marketing approach mean? Well, let's take a look at that. Here's a plan that I use for some of my customers. But let me just show you what this means. So you got local business directories, Yelp, Yahoo, Yellow Pages, Super Pages, City Search, Manta. All those are local business directories. If you get listed with those local business directories, you have your company name. You also have the natural soaps and body butters. You put those on there with those local business directories. That's going to help you have a really good, solid positioning online. So the name of the game for me when I go through these integrated marketing plans is to create as much content as we can that's connected to your website, so that when someone goes to search your company name or searches a keyword that's connected to those that your company name, then all that information will point up and it will trigger back to your website, also giving your website a boost because you have all those all that other indexed web pages that you can be found under. So you're going to give yourself a little bit of power in the search engines. So local business directories, you want to get set up with those. Social media setup, you want to get set up with Twitter, Facebook, Google+, LinkedIn. I don't know if you have these already, but you want to get connected with these. Another thing that you want to do is you want to set up a blog, such as a WordPress blog. That way you can connect those social media to your blog. So every time you submit a blog, you're updating your social media at the same time. So that is something that I would work on as well. Now, when you create your blogs, you probably won't need to do just 1 month. Okay, you can actually have someone in Fiverr do that for you. And I have some good Fiverr sites that you can actually go to. You want to do blog link strategy, and basically what that means is you take, let's say that you have a blog that focuses on body butter. Well, you have a link here. You can hyperlink body butters to that blog. That's blog link strategy. Okay, you don't have to get too crazy with that, but you have other pages here like our story, contact us, that you can do that too. Now let's take a look at contact us for a second. Let's take kind of segue here. All right, so you have a Facebook page. All right. But there's also other pages that you should set up. So contact us page, you should actually have, unless you're hiding your location, you should actually have a Google Maps on here. Okay. Maybe you don't need to actually put your actual geographical location, but you could at least, well, you could put your geographical location. You might not need to put your exact address, but you could put your geographical location. But how about also putting an image up here and also a feedback form so it doesn't look so bland? Because right now, if I looked at this page, I would think, man, maybe this company is still under construction. And I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to just zero it down. Just call us or contact us on Facebook. But you want to add more juice to this web page because it actually doesn't look good like that. But you can use more things that will help you, like a Google Maps would help you in the search engines. Adding an image with alt attributes on it. And let me show you what I mean by alt attributes. Okay, analysis alt attributes. If you add just one image, you can add an alt attributes. Now this is a code that a search engine would look at for an image, and this is the source of the image where it's located on the server. This is the area that I'm talking about, the alt attribute. When you have an image, a lot of people miss this and they don't put any alt attributes in there. But if you put an alt attribute that has a keyword and your company name, that's going to actually help you get that page a little bit noticed on the search engines. Now, each page should have their own keywords and meta descriptions. So let's just take a look at this page. A lot of people fail to actually optimize each page. See, there you go. This page is not even optimized. So you have meta descriptions missing, heading tags not being used. So there's a lot of languages, Google Maps. Just some of the basic things are missing on this page. So search engines aren't going to really find this web page at all because there's no metadata associated with it. So you want to make sure that you are using all these things to your advantage. Now, let's take a look at the post blogs and social media sites. That's what I mean by if you connect your social media to your blog, then you'll be able to update, put a blog post up there, and it'll automatically update all your social media forums because you can connect all those social media to your blog. Forum post marketing, that's when you get involved in forums. Okay, you can do forums. Let's just see here. You can just do like a quick search like this. Let's go forum, FORM, and you can put body butter. Okay, body butter soap making forum. Okay, here's a soap making forum. All right, so here's a forum. You can actually get logged into this as a forum. You can set up a profile, all right, and you can put all your company information on that profile, and then get involved in a few conversations, maybe once a month, okay, on this forum, and then make sure that you're answering questions and get involved in conversations that might produce some possible customers that are going to go to your website. So that's what you want to do with that. That's forum post marketing. Very, very good strategic thing. You have to keep up with that. Do that. Once a month, you're good to go. Convert blog into press releases. You want to be able to set up a site called, let's say, PR Log. Okay. All right. Now, PR Log is a free press release website. You can set up a PR Log. You submit you take your blog, you convert it into a press release, and boom, you connect that to your website. You can actually turn this into an RSS feed, put it on your website, and that's going to help give your website a boost as well. Let's see, what else? Okay, these are all basic things to create an integrated marketing plan. Convert a blog into a press release, submit the press releases on the web. You can do all that with PR Log, and then a YouTube channel. Okay, let me just show you. A lot of people don't really understand sometimes when they have a YouTube channel. Okay, when you let's just take a quick. Let me just search for my company name. My company name is Worldwide Webmasters. Okay. Worldwide Webmasters. This is my company name. Okay. And so the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm showing you that I'm in the Clearwater area, Clearwater, Florida. Now, whenever I do a video, okay, I will organize the content on the video, because a lot of people fail to miss this. So let's say I'm searching for Clearwater website design companies. Okay, I spelled that wrong, but that's okay. All right, Clearwater website design companies. Okay, I can go to the videos here, and you can see this is my video, and this is my video. Okay, the reason why I'm doing that is because I could have just put on this video. All right.
Hey, Dwayne.
I could put on this video client brief. I could have just said client brief, and that's it. I could have just said this is a client brief of such and such, and that wouldn't have produced anything. But if I put Clearwater, Florida website design companies worldwide Webmasters Inc. / client brief, then I'm being triggered in the search engines on this video alone for Clearwater, Florida website design company. Okay, so that's what I did. Clearwater, Florida website design company. This is another one of mine. Best of the best, Stephen Hubbard. So these are all things that you can do for triggering responses with using YouTube. So basically, what the goal here is to set up. You want to set up like 30-second videos, just quick intro videos that talk specifically about a certain part or a point that you want to talk about in regards to your body butters or whatever, or maybe all your products all together. And then you put them up on YouTube, and you make sure that the title is using keywords associated with your company name, and you also want to make sure that the description is also putting a nice little paragraph in there about your company, but also use keywords, and also has a link to your website there as well. Okay, so if you see here, if we go back and I show you, if you look in the description here, I have a link to my website. I put Clearwater, Florida web design company, worldwide Webmasters Inc. I just repeated that, which is fine. And then I put update your website design SEO today, start here, and that goes right to my website. Okay, you could do that in these YouTube channels. You can use them to your advantage. Don't underestimate that. I have another one over here. Tampa Bay area website company offers free website and SEO analysis. I click on that. So I'm triggering this one. I'm triggering this one for Tampa Bay area website company. Okay, and I also get hit for free website and SEO analysis on this one. You can see when I first started this, I had only like a few views, and now it has about 61. So, and you can see in the description, I put a description here and then a link to my website. Okay, so it's really, yeah, it's really that simple. So I have several different websites. So this one's going to a different website, the other one's going to another website, but that's what we want to do when it comes to search engine optimization. Okay, now another thing is what this is doing, what all of this is doing is it's creating backlinks and link wheels. Okay, which is all the ingredients that you need for a website to actually get really good positioning and natural and organic traffic. But you don't want to do this all in one day. You want to spread this out over 3 months, 6 months, or however long you want to run that campaign for. Now, the rule of thumb is to have a campaign for 6 months to a year. Okay, I say 6 months to a year because in 6 months you want to look back at your analytics and you want to see, you know, what the traffic is doing, and you want to monitor that. And you might need to adjust some things. You might need to get rid of some keywords. You might need to focus on a different part of your website where you can say, well, a lot of traffic is going to this website, this page, and I might want to put some kind of feedback form or something to capture leads on that page. So you might want to just consider all that. Now, the SEO strategy setup also is these things. Okay, so you don't want to forget these Webmaster tools. Bing and Google, they both have Webmaster tools that you can utilize, and inside Webmaster tools you can connect your XML sitemap to the website, to the Webmaster tools, and then as soon as you do that, Google will start giving you feedback on that website. Everything that you need to know about in regards to the traffic that's coming there, keywords, search engine optimization, positioning, how Google's fetching your website. Also, Bing has the exact same thing. So if you use both of those and monitor both of those, you'll be able to utilize all of those, both of those areas to really get a hold of the traffic and the SEO positioning of your website. Google Analytics, this is another one too. You want to be able to set up with Google Analytics. As I mentioned, you know how easy it is to go there. You get set up with Google Analytics, and what that does for you is it will allow you to monitor the traffic that's coming there. Search engines such as Google will give you a boost just by having that connected to your website, because they're seeing that you're caring about the traffic that's coming to your website. So that's going to help you give a boost, but it's also going to allow you to get a view of all the traffic that's coming where. Now, you also want to do keyword analysis and meta description on the page. Now, this can get kind of deep. What we usually use is we use Keyword Planner by Google, and we really zero in down into those keywords. Another thing that we do is we also look at the competitors of your website. So I'm not exactly too sure what your geographical location is, but I also like, when we look at keyword analysis, we also look at if I could grab that. Okay, so let's okay, natural handmade soap. So here's some companies that came up. Okay, let's just take a look at this. So these are competitor websites, and they came up first under natural handmade soap. So, you know, your website looks a lot better than this, but they're coming up in number one. Now, this one looks pretty good. So we want to dive a little deeper in there and see exactly why. So I have this tool that I use again, and I take a look at you know, what they're doing in regards to meta description, keyword analysis. Look at handmade soap, natural handmade soap. They're just being that simple. Now, keywords by themselves really don't mean anything. You have to utilize those keywords properly through your meta descriptions, your titles, your heading tags, your image alt attributes. You want to make sure that you're salt and pepper them throughout the text and everything. That's where the keywords actually gain strength, not by just having them. In fact, if you just have keywords, you're not even going to get a rank just by having those keywords in the meta description area, or I mean in the meta keywords area. The only time they gain strength is when you use them properly throughout those other areas that I mentioned. You want to make sure, like this one's missing robots.txt, so Google or other search engines are going to have a hard time indexing their website. But they do have XML sitemaps. They're utilizing Google Analytics, so they have a lot of pluses versus minuses. That's helping them get a good positioning. Let's look at this one. Okay, diagnostic. So I have this tool here. Now these guys are missing meta descriptions, heading tags, image attributes. They're missing a lot of things. So we need to take a closer look as to, you know, what else is helping them get there, because they might be getting here from organic traffic. So we can actually go deeper in here and figure out, you know, how many pages they have indexed. We can also do a comparison to find out, you know, more detailed information. But let's just take a look here, because they're getting a lot of traffic, this website, and we want to find out why. They might have a good history online. That might be a huge company, which I believe they are actually, and they might not need to have the basic search engine optimization to get them going, because they might have a lot of backlinks and articles and things associated with their website, which actually is a really good idea to get yourself up to the tippy top. But let's look at the organic research here. Okay, so you can see organically they're associated with handmade soaps, Soaptopia, natural soaps, handmade soaps. So you could actually pull some of these organic keywords and use them for your website, because you can see these keywords are successful, because look at the traffic that they're getting based on those keywords. So you can actually do an article why Emma's Naturals are different from Soaptopia. What that's going to do, especially in a title, is it's going to actually allow you to use that keyword on that blog that's associated with your website, Soaptopia, which is their website name. But you can put Emma's Naturals versus Soaptopia, and boom, you just are using that traffic and that keyword. So those are some things that you can do to kind of sort of spy on the competition to see what they're doing. Look at the competitor websites, and you can look at this big company here, Subtopia, and you can look at some of the competitor websites and see. Here's all these other companies that we can actually dive into and kind of take a look at what they're doing. Then we can really get a good idea of what we want to focus on in terms of keywords, and that's how we do our keyword research. You know, we focus on that. We find the best keywords and meta descriptions, and we use what's already working that's out there. And then we also, depending on if you have like a WordPress website, there are plugins that we can use to kind of make the search engine keep alive throughout the lifespan of the website, and also keep it in check. And also, by having a WordPress website, I'm not sure if you have one, but if you did have one, there are plugins that we can use to kind of allow us to go deeper into optimizing the web page and per page, and keeping the social media and everything in check. So that is my analysis of the website. However, there are some tools that you want to keep in mind. Like here is a mobile-friendly tool that we use, just to see if your website's mobile-friendly. Now, by the looks of your website, it is, but we want to just give it a double check. The analysis for the SEO Quake came back that you did pass the mobile compliance, but we also want to double check on Google, just to double check. I'm pretty sure yours is, but this is another tool to use, especially if you have another website you want to check out. Another thing that you want to consider is the speed of the website as well. Let's take a look at this. SEO metrics. Okay, so this is a website that I use just to track the speed of the website. This allows me to see if the website is slow and why it's slow, and then we can optimize it from there. And so, because if your website is slow, the search engines will like kind of push you to the side because your website's not fast enough. Sometimes e-commerce websites do have problems. However, with the amount of stuff on your homepage, I don't think so. So you're getting an A and a B, so that's very, very good. Now, if it was lower than that, then we would be able to look inside here and kind of really dig down into and drill down into the areas that have the problem, and this will allow us to optimize it. But your website is looking really, really good. Another tool that we use here that I think would be very helpful for you is this website right here. No, not this website. I apologize. Website analysis. Yeah, they changed their name. That's why. So this is a website. They used to be called something else, but this is a really good website. They talk about marketing, conversion. I use this website a lot sometimes when I want to go back and kind of see what's going on with the latest news in all these areas. So this is a really good website to use. And another thing that I want to point out here for you is an online reputation tool. All right, this is a really good. I'm not associated with any of these websites, by the way. I just found these along the way that helps me with what I need to do to give my website a boost, and give my competitors, not competitors, but my customers' websites a boost when we're keeping their search engine optimization in check. So hopefully some of these things help you out. And another good thing to mention is Cloudflare. Cloudflare is a really good tool to plug your website into, because it not only secures your website, but it also allows your website to create a CDN, and it optimizes your website a little bit further. So this is a really good tool to use. So you want to check out the Cloudflare as well. And these are all the tools that we use when we're working on a website, and also not only development, but also creating the search engine optimization, because you want to have some of that basic SEO structure in place to keep that in mind. And then last but not least, here's another tool that I love using all the time, especially websites that aren't WordPress, is this Google SERP optimizer. What's great about this is it allows you to kind of take a view of how your website is actually looking on the search engines when it gets pulled up. For example, let's take a look at let's go back here. All right, this contact us page here, for example. And let's go to the analysis. Google SERP. Okay. And let's take a look at, let's analyze this, for example, diagnose. Okay. So right now there's no keywords, and there's just this URL, and there's a title. So when this website gets pulled up, this is what it looks like. Contact us, Emma's Natural. And that's all it looks like. Now, the problem with that is that there's going to be other websites that look like, did we do a search? Yeah. See that? You want your website to have not only a title, but also a description. Okay? That's going to help you look a little bit better when someone comes across it, but also help the search engines respect you a little bit more.